Hi, it's Karen here. On the weekend I attended Knitopia. Knitopia is a fibre event held on the Gold Coast. This was its first ever weekend. It's free. Parking was free. There was plenty around. It was just a short walk for us. And today I'm going to tell you about my experience, show you my haul, and tell you if I recommend attending. I've just arrived at Knitopia. Let's go see what I find. Earlier this month, and by month I mean March 2026, I attended the Australian Yarn Show in Canberra. So several weeks later, I attended Knitopia. There were several vendors who were at both events, so I got to say hello, and one of the stall holders even remembered me from Canberra, which was lovely. Before I get to my haul, I'll tell you about the food trucks they had. They had a coffee truck, a cold drink truck. My favourite was the one where I purchased a beef brisket roti. I'll insert a picture here. And they also had several other trucks. Let's head home and I'll show you what I've got. I purchased this 6-pack of yarn from Daffodil Road. It's their plush sock. It's a 4-ply fingering weight, 75% merino, 25% nylon. I do not know what I will make with it. I'm thinking perhaps a shawl. Now I'm currently knitting a beanie for my 11-year-old, which I purchased with yarn from the Australian Yarn Show. My 5-year-old has requested a beanie as well now, so she decided she wanted 2 colours. And this Obsession Yarns was the first one that she chose at Knitopia. It's 4-ply, 80% extra fine Australian merino, 20% nylon. Then at the wool store, my daughter chose this 90% merino, 10% silk as her second beanie colour. These are I think they're beautiful together. Now to choose a beanie pattern for her. I saw Bellevue Park Wool at the Australian Yarn Show. Didn't purchase anything from them then, but at Knitopia I purchased 4-ply in eggplant and jacaranda. For me, these go beautifully together. I was keen to purchase more eggplant, but this was the last one they had on their display. So if anyone has any ideas for a pattern, I've got 476 meters of each. What can you suggest? While we were walking around the main display, this child came up to us and asked if we were interested in checking out some wristbands, and the fact that she had the courage to walk up and ask us, we decided to follow. And she took us to her friend who was selling wristbands for $6.50 each that she had crocheted. So one of my girls chose pink and my other child chose this pale purple. And with them each came a little, came a little gibbet. So we purchased those. We're quite impressed by the young lady who came and took us to her friend's stall. Now, you saw that this one was placed on a goose. There was a display we looked at, and turned out the lady's 15-year-old, who, when we first looked there, was off getting lunch. So we went back later when her daughter had returned. We purchased the goose. And my younger daughter chose this cute ballerina. Then there was a stall that had little mystery boxes, and each girl chose one, and they got these cute little characters. The baby chick I think it is in a frog hat, and I think this one's a straightforward frog. I think we know I need to improve my crochet skills so I can make the girls beautiful items like this. I was keen to pick up point protectors for when I'm using my double pointed needles, and my 5-year-old chose this set. It was a it's got a focus. Labubu stitch marker. Everyone needs a Labubu stitch marker. Someone was selling these little notebooks, so it's got a pen and post-it note. We were happy to support the small businesses while we were there. Daffodil Road had a great bookmark. It's project notes. So one side it's my project notes. The other side, pattern name, designer, yard name, fibre content, and notes. Perfect. Would I attend Knitopia again? Yes, I would. I considered catching the train because it's a short walk to Robina train station. On the weekend, there were rail buses on, so the journey would have been 2.5 hours each way. So we decided to drive. I did purchase quite a bit of yarn in Canberra several weeks ago at the yarn show. So that limited how much I decided to spend at Knitopia. In terms of retailers, there was yarn. You saw there were toys. There were bags. There was finished objects. It was quite a diverse range of items on sale. To the people who took the leap of faith and hosted Knitopia, thank you for doing so. I hope to see you there next year. Stop.
Okay.